the sparse attendance of our team is not indicative of our commitment to this, and I want to tell you what we've been up to. We started, much like the last two stories, we started with an idea of what we were going to do, and we ended up in a really different place. We also have a relationship with our local Title I public school that we call Parent Cafe, and it's something we've been doing for several years. And we simply bring food to the PTA meeting every month, and it has hugely grown the PTA because they know the food is going to be there, and so attendance at the PTA, went up. So working with the principal, we went several years ago and said, "What do you need?" And she said, "I need a PTA." And so we brought food, and that's all we do. We don't say anything. We just show up, Good Shepherd aprons, and provide a meal. The last time we did this, we had 500 people there, at the school. So we love that. And we thought what we were doing was refining Parent Cafe with this. And what it turned into was, through our several years of doing this, we have been talking and thinking a lot about just how little we know about our community, which leads you very quickly into race, conversations about race and class and all the rest of it. And so our team took that angle, and we began thinking about that. And the long story short is that in Lent we did a 6-week study with an African-American United Methodist Church in Decatur. The Methodists and the Episcopalians have a joint Eucharistic sharing study process that you can do. And we did that, and it culminates in a shared service of communion between the two churches. So we went 1 week during Lent, we went to Good Shepherd, and then the next week we went to King's Memorial, and we did this study. Now here's what happened. Through that process, we figured out that we really didn't want to talk about the history of the Episcopal Church and the Methodist Church at all. And we abandoned that script completely, and we began using these tools. So 60 people are in the room, 30 are white, 30 are African American, and we began doing, now get together and with someone you don't know and talk about why you love your church. Go! And we had a ball. So we began to do that week by week on Wednesday nights. We had shared worship, we had a meal, which was a potluck in either place, and the temperature rose on that. Next week, we've got, big shoes to fill because the food, we were doing this dueling banjos thing about food. And then we were having this really safe place where we could say, now, why are you a part of the church? And then thinking about the pivotal moment, the first time we hosted, we shut the door when our friends left and turned to each other and said, we are really on to something with this. That's where everybody was. This is it, this whole thing. And so that was what we were doing in Lent, and we knew that we wanted it to continue. And then the shootings happened this summer in South Carolina. We're on the phone with our friends. And we shut down Good Shepherd on the next Sunday. We had an early service. And then the second service, we were at King's Memorial. And it was incredible for us just to be there. And so this process is continuing of relating to one another over time and knowing that we are together in some sort of mysterious way. Not to close down Good Shepherd and close down King's Memorial and start a new church, but to be in relationship with one another. And these tools, and here's an insight that we've had about this. I think that there's something about using these tools and not saying you're using these tools that's really helpful. I never said, now we are going to begin using the Be the Change Alabama LDI principles. I just said, we're going to do some timekeeping. Amy's over here. She's got the thing, and we're taking pictures of this, and we're doing this, and we've got some newsprint over here. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't we, for 5 minutes, just talk about why you love the church? and everybody laughs and has a ball. And so there's something about doing this and not saying you're doing something that seems to work or did work for us. So that's where we are, and it continues with King's Memorial. This fall they began a pre-K program that they've wanted to do for a long time, and they have 18 pre-K kids that they're working with at King's Memorial. We're doing a backpack program for those kids, so we are bringing to them every week 18 backpacks full of food every Thursday for them to go home with over the weekend. So it continues and it unfolds in ways that we never planned, and it's been a wonderful thing. Thank y'all.